October 12, 2014, from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, was the Denver Broncos at the New York Jets. And in the first quarter, the Broncos got on the scoreboard first as Brandon McManus came out to kick a 37-yard field goal to make it 3-0 Broncos over the Jets. The Jets then responded with a 2-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith to Jace Amaro, and that made it 7-3 Jets over the Broncos after one. But in the second quarter, the Broncos responded with 14 unanswered points as first Peyton Manning hit Demaryius Thomas for a 1-yard touchdown that made it 10-7, and then Peyton Manning hit Julius Thomas for a 22-yard touchdown pass right before the end of the first half that made it 17-7 as the Broncos took a 10-point lead into the locker rooms at halftime. And then in the third quarter, Peyton threw his second touchdown pass to Julius Thomas and his third touchdown pass of the game. It was a 4-yard pass, and that made it 24-7 Broncos over the Jets. The Jets would kick a field goal right before the end of the third, a 30-yarder from Nick Folk, and that made it 24-10 as the Jets were now down by 2 touchdowns heading into the fourth. And in the fourth, with about 8 minutes left in this game, Geno Smith hit the former Bronco Eric Decker for a 2-yard touchdown pass, and that brought this game to within 7, with the score now Denver 24, New York 17. But at the end of the game, as the Jets were trying to make something happen, Aqib Talib, the former Patriot and the former rival of the AFC East Jets, he does it again to the New York Jets, as this time he picks off Geno Smith and he runs it back 22 yards for the pick 6 and the touchdown to make it 31-17 as the Broncos pull off the victory in New York. And the Broncos improve their record on the season to 4-1, and the Jets now fall to 1-5. And in this game, Peyton Manning was 22 for 33 with 237 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Geno Smith was 23 for 43 with 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He also rushed for 11 yards off of 2 carries, and he actually was the Jets' leading rusher. Hillman was the game's leading rusher, and he had 100 yards for the Broncos off of 24 carries. And the game's leading receiver was Demaryius Thomas with 124 yards off of 10 receptions, one of which was for a touchdown. Julius Thomas had 51 yards off of 4 receptions and 2 touchdowns. And the Broncos in this game, they had 4 sacks, as Von Miller had 2 sacks, Roby had 1 sack, and DeMarcus Ware had 1 sack. The Jets had a lot of tackles, as Landry had 13, Davis had 11, and Harris had 11, and they had 2 sacks combined for their team, as Wilkerson had 1 sack and Duzabel had 1 sack. And the game's lone interception was that pick 6 by Aqib Talib at the end of the game that sealed the deal, as the Broncos win this one 31-17 over the New York Jets.